You're listening to the Dudes and Dads Podcast, a show dedicated to helping men be better dudes and dads by building community through meaningful conversation and storytelling. And now, here are your hosts, Joel DeMott and Andy Lehman.
Oh yeah, Joel. Welcome back. It's episode 8.
Episode 8, we're out past our bedtime, and we don't care.
We do not care, and we have my kids with us tonight, and I'm keeping them out past their bedtime.
We're living on a dangerous life we're living here on the edge.
And they love the fact that we're keeping them out, and it's great. So.
Oh my goodness! Let's see if we can keep them awake the whole time.
Oh, we can do it.
Exciting.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? I think what we've all been waiting for is the giveaway.
Yep.
We promised it was happening this episode, and we are doing it.
It's time. I'm on the edge of my seat, and you can't see my seat, but I am on the edge of it.
You are. So, hey, here's what we're going to do with this. We have a handful of people who shared the Facebook page and did all that fun stuff for the Facebook. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually we had 2 people call in for voicemails, so we're going to play both of those voicemails for you, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to random.org, and I'm just putting all of the entries in, 1 through whatever we have, and letting it decide what number that is, and I'll let you know who wins.
It's literally going to happen right now. Andy and I don't know what the results are going to be.
We don't.
We're going to find out right with you.
We It's going to be awesome and epic.
By the power of technology.
All right, so here we go. So here's our first voicemail.
Hi, this is Jason Raymer, long-time listener, first-time caller. Hey, I just wanted to say, loved the Dustin Carr interview and book. Was a wonderful reminder for me as a parent. I don't have a boy, but I hope that I can model the kind of boy, man that I would like my daughter to be able to look for. And that book has a lot of insight and feedback for that, too. So would also love to win a copy. If not, I might have to go out and buy it myself anyway. But thanks a lot for awesome podcasts. Love getting a new update every other week, checking in. So thanks a lot. Keep it up, guys.
All right, so that was our first voicemail, and here's our second.
Hey, guys, just wanted to call in and let you guys know that you guys are doing a great job, and also seeing that you had your book available online. So I just wanted to say thank you for what you guys are doing and how you guys are impacting the community and your listeners around the area. And I also wanted to enter for winning the book. Joe Miller is the name, so you know how to contact me.
We do know how to contact you, Joe. Wonderful. And Jason Raymer, thank you as well. Oh, you guys, just warms my heart. Thank you so much.
You guys rock. So anyways, what I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to go to random.org. I have the minimum and the maximum numbers. I'm going to let it randomly generate something. And
here we go.
And so it's going to see. All right, here we go.
Is it like I feel like I need a sound like do 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 do.
All right.
A random sound.
All right. So I didn't have a random sound, but the winner is where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I was scrolled up. I couldn't see the very number 1 person, which is it's number 1. So the number 1 in my spreadsheet, and that is Ty Miller.
Ty Miller, winner, chicken dinner.
So,
Dear Boys book, fantastic. Ty, we're gonna send that your way as soon as possible. I think we might even, I'm going to splurge and say first class mail, Andy.
Maybe hand delivered. I don't know.
Oh, wouldn't that be swell?
That would be great.
Knock on your door.
Knock. If you hear a door knock, it's probably not tonight after this episode recording because it's late. I mean, it's already 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I feel like Ty would meet us with a shotgun and not a smile.
So let's not do that. So, anyways, tonight we wanted to come to you a little bit. This is releasing right after Father's Day. So Father's Day will be Sunday, and this will come out Tuesday. So we wanted to first say, we appreciate all of you fathers out there. We appreciate you guys who have kids, those who have kids but were stillborn or were miscarried kids, dads who have been trying to have kids but haven't been able to have kids. We appreciate you guys. And those who are adoptive parents, we appreciate all of you guys. All the fathers matter, and we want to just let you know that this day, we know it can be tough. For me, having a stillborn child, especially with the very first several years, Father's Day was a really, really tough time. And so we wanted to come to you today and say, we hear you, we know what you're feeling, and just like keep on doing what you're doing, and you guys rock.
Yeah, we love you guys so much. And, when we started off on this crazy Dudes and Dads podcast journey, all of you who are wherever you are on your dad journey, whether you're trying to be a dad or whatever the circumstance is, or if you've been even a dad for a very, very long time and you got kids as old as Andy and I, we're so grateful for you. We want to encourage you. We want to keep it, just say keep it up. And we hope this Father's Day, in one way or the other, is one for you to remember and is an overall positive experience for you, or something is redemptive about this Father's Day for you. So
yes,
there you go, guys. We love you. We're in your corner. Let us know how we can help.
So with that being said, we decided, being Father's Day, we would go ahead and bring my children on. So we want to welcome my children here. I've only got actually 3 of the 4 here tonight because my 3-year-old was not gonna make it. She was just there's no way on earth that, I mean, we are recording tonight at 10. It's 10 o'clock, and there's no way she's gonna be making this. So.
Do you think she's unconscious right now?
Oh, definitely.
For
most
sure.
of it. However, though, what I did do is before we came over, Joel, I recorded her as I wanted to just get her in the podcast.
Yes.
So I did record some audio from her, and so I'm going to go ahead and play that now. And
I love this so much.
So here you go. Hi, what's your name?
Hattie.
Hattie. How old are you?
3.
3. And I'm your dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like most about me being your dad?
Your beard.
You like my beard? What else do you like?
Your mustache.
Okay. Why am I a good dad?
Yeah.
What do you like about me? Besides
I
my
know.
beard and mustache.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. Anything else you want to tell the people on the podcast?
Uh-huh.
What?
I don't know.
You don't know. What do you like to do?
I like to jump on the trampoline, but we know it's broken.
It's broken. Yeah, the trampoline is broken. What else do you like to do?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Well, all right. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
So a lot of things she doesn't know. She doesn't know what she's going to say to us at the listeners here, but
Yeah, but Hattie is just a ray of sunshine, and I'm sorry, we got to get that the great trampoline debacle of 2019.
yes,
It's when we had the bad winds, right? And
it flipped over,
flipped
and
your thing up, and messed it all up. And poor Hattie,
she's been like
without
every day
without a trampoline, this is what she's a real sense of loss there.
It's her favorite thing to do.
Oh,
but
man.
No, and literally, it's like a $30 part. I need to order it, get it in, set the trampoline back up. So
let's, I want to lower the bar a little bit for you, Andy, because last time we were on here, you just made a really strong commitment to getting a group of men around you to support you and to hold you accountable. And I was like, wow, that actually happened. I want to lower the bar a little bit here and say, let's just challenge you to get a $30 part to fix this poor girl's trampoline.
Right. Sounds good. No, and that is a good thing, Joel. You did bring it up. I wanted to update you guys. I did say that I was going to do a kind of a support group, a accountability group, and I did get that going. I got several men who reached out to me after the podcast and said, "Hey, I want to be part of that."
We're kind of getting the band back together, Andy. These are good friends who we've not had this kind of contact with in a while, and I'll tell you, I'm excited for what's going to happen. So. Yes. Way to go. Yeah. By the way, way to go. Way to follow through.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
So anyways, we want to welcome my children here tonight.
Yes.
And Joel, this is going to be you're going to take the lead on this interview because it's weird asking my own kids questions about me. So
please, kids, tell me what you love about me.
So I'm going to let you take this lead here.
Excellent. All right, well, so let's going around the room here. First, let's go to... We'll go in birth order, so that means Micah, you are up first. So Micah, tell us your first name, tell us your age, and then tell us your favorite color.
My name is Micah. I'm 13.
Yes.
And my favorite color is red.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Micah 13 and red. All right, son number 2, go for it.
My name is Eli. I am 11, and my favorite color is dark blue.
Dark
Ooh.
blue. Ooh, changing up.
The dark blue. That's
What thing is there that what is like what's dark blue? Like,
blue jeans.
do you
dark blue
like
jeans.
dark blue jeans? That's like that kind of blue. Fantastic. All right. The daughter, go for it.
My name is Reagan.
You're how old?
My name is. I am 9, and my favorite color is teal.
Teal. Fantastic.
I don't have any teal jeans, just to let you know.
I'm
Teal,
such a relief.
teal jeans are not in my closet.
Such a relief. All right. Well, hey guys, I'm going to go around the table here. We're so glad to have Micah, Eli, and Reagan with us this evening, and eventually we'll get my kids in there. I've shipped those my little ones off to the great state of Ohio right now. They're with grandparents, and so they're going to be on eventually. But yeah, you guys are front and center tonight. So, Micah, thinking about Father's Day, we always want to we want to celebrate our dads, right? We want to think about the reasons that we love our dads, the good stuff that they do. So what I want to know is, what is your most favorite thing that you do with your dad?
Probably shooting clays.
Shooting clays, fantastic. So, Micah, you are in shooting sports,
Yep.
as is Eli. You're in shooting sports with 4-H. Gosh, you're all in shooting sports. That's right. And my eldest son, Aaron, is in shooting sports too, and it's a load of fun. I really like coming to see you guys because we meet up every once in a while, and I see you shooting there. Are you one of? I always feel like you're with Micah, with a bunch of older kids when you're shooting. Is that right? Usually, are they older than you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're the young guy out there, but you're dusting them just like everybody else. So, Micah, how did you get into shooting clays with your dad? When did that? Like, how long have you been doing that for?
I don't. Well, sorry, that's
Yeah,
your
I don't
question,
know.
but
I don't know.
it's been a while. I mean, I started, and then you did some hunting
Didn't Pam
first.
take me? Pam's my grandpa, so.
Yeah, I mean, we
Pam.
kind of did it together, and then you did some like pheasant hunting, and then
Yeah.
kind of get into the clay and the bigger guns because you started with
Yeah.
the 410, which is kind of hard to hit a clay with a 410. So,
Yeah. If you were dusting the clay with a
But-
410, I'd be impressed.
but yeah, so
That's good.
been a while.
So you love shooting clays with dad. That's a fun thing for sure. I'm waiting for Aaron to be able to have his arms be long enough to hold the gun to do the same thing. So that's a good one. Eli, what would you say is your favorite thing to do with dad?
Playing football.
Playing football. You guys play football?
We do in the front yard. We tend to throw it around. I mean, not an official like tag or tackle or anything like that, but we just kind of throw it around and play.
Have you ever tackled your father while playing football?
No,
Okay, you should.
but I tackled him.
Okay, so here, Eli, here's my challenge for you, buddy. I don't think any son has really lived life to the fullest until they've tackled their father. So,
Bring it on, Eli.
oh,
Bring
here
it
it comes. So, Eli, I want to. So next time we see each other, after you guys have played football, I want to hear about you tackling your dad. That's a really, really important thing. Reagan, dear sweet Reagan, what would you say is your favorite thing to do with your dad?
This is really taking her back.
She's
Like,
thinking, what
she's
are
thinking
all the
really
things?
hard.
I mean, you don't have a lot of years under your belt, so there's got to be something. There's got to be something though that you can think one of your favorite things to do, Dad. Maybe like a favorite memory of something you did with him.
Walking our cows.
Oh,
Oh,
walking
yeah.
the cows. So, Reagan, tell me about walking the cows. How does that work? Because some people that are listening right now are like, why in the world would you walk cows? I thought you walked dogs, but not cows. Why do you walk cows?
You walk them so you can get them like ready for like a show.
Okay, because they don't just, if you just like don't ever walk them, and then you just like came to a show,
They'd be all over.
they'd be all over the place, right? It'd be kind of crazy. So when you're walking them, it's like you're kind of training them to like behave correctly and like do the things they're supposed to do, right? So when you're first walking them, is it like easy or is it hard?
Hard.
What do they like? How do they behave? Like, what do the cows do when you're first walking
They
them?
don't like to be walked, so they really pull and they just like stay there.
Yeah, and they get big quick
Oh yeah.
too, right? So they
Yes.
kind of like pull you around a little bit. you have to get kind of forceful with them, kind of like you got to tell them who's boss.
Mm-hmm.
So walking cows with your dad. Now see, I would say that is a unique father-daughter
Bonding.
experience.
Yeah,
Bonding
it is.
experience.
Well, and it is nice because I try to take them all out kind of separately or even sometimes together. But it's bonding, and we try to wrestle that, not wrestle, but I mean, you know what I mean?
Like do some cow rustling.
Right,
Yeah.
right, wrestling. I'm gonna wrestle it.
So Andy, would you say to ask you like some of these things that you do? Because I probably struggle with getting this even in terms of thinking about doing one-on-one things with them. Do you guys have a rotation or a schedule? Or are you like do you try to work that out somehow?
So we used to, but like when they were younger,
yes.
There we go. It was a little bit easier, but now as they're getting older and we're doing more like things out, it's hard to go out on like a one-on-one date. So we try to do that, but it doesn't happen nearly as often as we would like to do. So we try to steal those moments away, like playing football or like when, walking the cows or other things that they like to do.
Right. Yeah, that's a big deal. Do you guys so I'll kind of ask all of you this question, and then if one of you wants to answer, you can raise your hand once you think of an idea here. But do you how does it make you feel when your dad does things with just you? Like just you as a person and not the rest of your siblings. Like how do you feel about that?
It feels really good because we just like, I don't hang out with him when he's at work, so I get to like that. Yeah.
There's a lot of time that you don't see him, right? And so when you do see him, you get those like special moments, right? Just to be with him, right? And that will get more and more special the older you guys get. Reagan, what do you think? What's like? Do you feel how do you feel when Dad just takes you out, just you? Good. Yeah. Do you always say thank you for what you do? Yeah, exactly. So it's really important for you guys to remember that. That's the thing that I would just want to encourage you guys is like when he does that, because it's super hard, right? There's 4 of you. Good gracious. And it's super hard to try to figure out when we're going to do it.
That looks different for each one, too, because for them it is more like one-on-one special time type things, whereas with Hattie, I can walk in the door and give her a hug and spend some time with her. And well, even with Reagan, I think that I do that, too. Like when I come home, I more sit with them one-on-one a little bit, where the boys are playing, and we'll get our one-on-one time a little bit later. And when we're doing chores or other things like that, with the girls, it's a lot of like when I first come home, they're there because they're usually in the living room or doing something with Julie, and I'm right there as they come in, and Hattie runs in and gives me a huge old hug and almost knocks me over.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So, Mike, I want to ask you a question here, and this is like this might take a little bit of thought, but what is something about your dad that you think he needs to know about himself, or like something special about him that you want to make sure he knows, and that maybe he doesn't know? So this can be anything, like anything that he does, any kind of like anything in his personality. Do you understand what I'm saying by that?
Yeah.
Like, what's something about him? Like, if you were to describe your dad to somebody else, what are things about him that you would say?
He's kind, fun, and he helps us do cows.
Yes. Cows are a big, and that I know that's front and center for you guys right now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the next couple months are pretty.
Fair is here before we know it.
Pretty involved. So.
Yeah. What? How? So, Micah, when you say your dad is kind, which I think is a really great thing to say about your dad, how does he show kindness to people?
I don't know.
Is he okay? Is he? So how is? Would you say that he's kind to your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does? So look, I'm gonna try to help you answer this question. Okay. So what?
Coach Joel is coming out.
Yeah. What are things that he does for your mom, or how he treats your mom that you would say he's kind to your mom?
He washes the dishes.
Oh, you hear that? So, and this is a little bit of a guilt trip for me because I've got some dishes actually waiting at the house that I absolutely need to take care of.
I do too, but I probably will take care of them tonight before bed.
Yes, that's probably what I'm going to be doing too. Washing the dishes. And do you think when your dad washes the dishes, what do you think your mom thinks about that?
I don't know.
Do you think she appreciates it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big deal, right?
Yep.
So when you see your dad wash the dishes, like, do you think that you'll be someone that washes dishes someday?
Probably.
Probably, yeah, probably. That's good. So Eli, so Mike has already said he mentioned being kind is something that he really likes. Is there something else that you like about your dad? Something about him that like kind of sticks out to you?
I don't know.
Are there let me see here. Things that he does. Well, what are some of the great things that he like? Think about what he does for other people. Do you see him do things for other people, right? Is there something that you see him do for others that you notice?
He mows the grass.
Nice. Grass mower. Key. So Eli, do you think you'll mow the grass? So do you have you mowed the grass yet?
Not yet.
How soon do you think you're going to be able to mow the grass?
Next time.
Next time?
Micah has done it here the last couple times he's done it.
Yep. So you're like in line for grass. Are you excited about grass mowing?
Kind of,
yeah. Gosh. Aaron keeps asking me, and I'm like, there's part of our yard that's a little dicey because it's downhill. It's a little dicey to mow, and I'm like, he's so confident about it. And then, you know what, here's the killer. So my dad who has the same mower as we do, let him mow his lawn.
So now he thinks he can do it.
And now he can because my dad has a hill on his property too, and now he's like, oh yeah, this is no problem. I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, if Grandpa let you do it, I guess I'm gonna have to figure this one out. Reagan, what's one thing you love about your dad? What do you really like about your dad? So we talked about like he serves people. He's kind.
He's a stinker.
He's a stinker. Ho.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wait, Reagan, I'm excited to hear more about this.
You like that, or like what is? Elaborate on that, please, because please. I want to know more.
I want to know.
I like it because I used to do dance, and so he would take me in the bathroom. He would take me down because I had it downstairs, and it was super weird. It had like a bunch of spider webs, and for some reason it was unlocked, and so we went down there, and it was very dark, and I did not like it.
So let me clarify this. So
I love where this story is going already.
So, like, we were in an old theater. I won't name the name in case anyone's listening, but we were in an old theater.
Yes.
And there was like a changing room, so she'd go in the changing room or like a bathroom to change and get ready to go for her dance.
Got it.
And there was like a closet, and I'd be unlocked, and I'd open it up, and it wasn't just a closet; it was a staircase down.
Yes.
And so I would just like
very dark staircase.
So while she was changing, I would just go down this staircase and see what I could find back in the back room, like woods of this theater, like the halls and secret places. And I mean, I like exploring, and that was one of the things that I did.
So he's kind of a stinker. He's kind of a stinker, I guess. He kind of gets into things and he's curious.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. He's a stinker. I love that so much.
That's one of my good qualities, I guess, is stinker. You know, kind and giving and
serving and a stinker. Yeah, absolutely. So, Reagan, can I ask you a question? And I know that you are probably not thinking about this someday. Do you think that if you get married someday, do you want the person you marry to be like your dad?
Yes.
Good answer. And why? Why do you want that person to be like your dad? It just seems like he's doing the right things, right? So do you think Do you think your dad will be excited for you to get married someday?
she's looking at me like she's waiting for me to answer.
What's the right answer?
She's waiting for me to make that answer, I guess, apparently.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of a long way. You got a long time. It's a long way to think about something, right? But yeah, I think it's hard for us as dads. You know, Reagan, sometimes it's hard for us as dads to think about. For our little girls in particular, it's hard for us to think about that someday, and it's not going to be too long off, that there's another guy that's going to come into your life, and it's not going to just be us.
Stop.
Yeah, right.
Stop. I can't handle this.
I can't handle it. So, older brothers, I have a question. So someday, if Reagan has a, can we use the term boyfriend? Do you guys know what a boyfriend is? You're familiar with this?
Yeah.
This idea.
Yes.
How do you think you'll feel about that?
I don't know.
Eli, what do you think? How do you feel about that?
Kind of protective.
Protective. I like it. That's good. Reagan, do you like the idea of your brothers protecting you?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so we've got this on recording, by the way, because when we go through their teenage years, the rest of the teenage years, and we have to process all this, we'll have proof that when they said that they were going to be protective,
she likes that idea.
Reagan thought that was a great idea. That's fantastic. Okay, we've got you down on the record books on this. That's good. So let's see here. We'll go to Eli first. Eli, what's something that you hope you and your dad get to do someday that you haven't done yet? Are there any things that you talk about doing in the future, or like, and this can even be something you just like make up right now, like you have an idea of like, wouldn't it be cool to do this thing with my dad?
I don't know.
Are there things like so you can be really creative here, like this? You can like someplace you'd like to go with him, or some like fun activity.
Go up in the Gateway Arch.
Oh,
ooh, nice.
We'll make it happen next time we're in St. Louis.
That's an awesome idea. Gateway Arch is fantastic. That's really, really good. Micah, what do you think? What's something that you would love to do with your dad that you haven't had a chance to do with him yet?
Get my pilot's license.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, this is a fantastic one.
Yeah, so this is something he really wants to do.
Yeah.
He's been saying for a while. And so, yeah, I agree that I think it'd be fun to, both of those, I think, would be fun to do.
Yeah.
I agree. Both of those things, I would like to do both of those things with both of you.
So Micah, how soon do you think you want to start working on your pilot's license?
As soon as I can.
Good answer. Yeah, right now, like in our area, man, the waiting list to get in for instruction and all that. I mean, people are more than ever are getting their pilot's licenses. There's kind of this big interest in it right now, which is a super great thing.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that the idea of my child learning how to fly seems...
It's a little bit terrifying.
So
Yeah,
sure. I know. So, guys, I don't know if I ever told you this story. So last year, Josiah went up in a plane for his birthday, for his seventh birthday, and we flew out of Goshen Airport. And the pilot gave Josiah the yoke while we were like, once we got up to like 5,000 feet, and we flew up and toward like over Middlebury, and we were like going to come back to the airport, and our good friend Len, who had just said, "Okay, Josiah, just you could just turn it over." Like Josiah was flying a decent portion of time. He's like, "Okay, we could just turn over to the left here." And Josiah just like yokes it to the left. Len did not seem concerned at all. I'm sitting in the back going, like I'm feeling the G's in the drop as like as he does it or whatever. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, if this kid gets into flying, I'm just deeply concerned.
What he's gonna do is he's gonna be a crop duster is what he'll be.
Well, that's the thing. We were out on the county road the other night, and sure enough, crop duster. I mean, and it's a tight field too. It's down and up very, very quickly. And the boy's like, slow down. We gotta watch this. And I was like, oh my gosh. So pilot's license, Micah. That's a really, really great goal, and I think your dad will support you, though maybe nervously.
true. Although he has said that he wants to do skydiving with me. I want to do skydiving. Like a goal of mine is to do skydiving.
My gosh.
I'm not going to promise that before the next podcast episode comes out because that won't happen.
You.
But
thank you.
But yeah, he said he wants to do that with me too.
Micah. So you think if you went up in a plane with a parachute and you open the door, you'd be like, yeah, jump out, no problem.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! What, such a confident young man willing to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Oh my word! Exciting. So let's see here, Reagan. Okay, so Reagan, something you want to do with your dad that you haven't done yet, and it can be big. Do you have an idea? Do you know what it is? Okay, I'm excited to hear.
Escape room.
Oh, do an
yes.
escape room.
So I just did an escape room, well, with the rest of the middle school leaders that we middle school lead with. 'Cause we're that tight, because middle school rocks.
Good people, you middle school leaders.
We did an escape room and we escaped, and like ever since then, like all of the kids have been like, we want to do an escape room with you. So.
Awesome. So we've got a good list here of escape room, gateway arch, and flying. Exciting. Very, very exciting. Well, let's see here. I'm trying to think of what else I can ask you, or maybe Andy. I don't know if you have something that you wanna ask your kids, or you can ask me to ask your kids, so it's less weird. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do.
I'll proxy my question
Yes,
through you.
Joel, if you could ask my children.
No, let's see here. I think what is one value that I have taught you that you're gonna take into your life, good or bad? Like what's one value, like life skill or a value that I've taught you that you want to take on and maybe even teach your kids when they're older? Let's start with Eli.
Treat others as you would want to be treated.
We talked about that.
We did. Andy's got this beautiful gift of teaching life skills through song.
The song that I make up and can't carry a tune. But anyway, so thanks, Eli. That treat others as you want to be treated
as you want to be treated.
All right. So
that he's saying it too. Oh, that's wonderful.
Thanks, dude. He's not even like normally he's the shy kid. Like normally he's the one like you go to Culver's and he'll order because.
Yes.
He wants to be shy, and he's going to sing on the podcast.
Yes, you sang on the That's awesome, Eli.
I appreciate you, Eli.
That's so
You're
great.
awesome.
That's so great.
So, okay, so let's talk a little bit here. We'll go with Micah next. Micah, what's one value or skill that I have taught you that you want to teach your kids?
I don't know.
Don't sing that other song that I sang you last time.
Oh, yeah. That one. Oh, we know which one you're talking about.
Now everyone on the podcast is going to wonder what we're talking about.
I'm going to leave you on the edge of your seat. So think about, Micah, if you were raising kids, if you were doing the thing that we're trying to do, what kind of kids do you want to have? What do you think is important?
Good behaving.
Good. Okay, some good behavior, right? What kind of behavior do you think your dad tries to how do you think your dad wants you guys to behave?
Like pretty good. Like
pretty good.
Like
not like a pack of wild hyenas.
Yeah. Like not like an army commander. We got to.
No, okay, good. So
get down and give me 40.
Yeah. So I think that's a good insight. So not like an army commander, but still there's an expectation, right? Of respect and right. So your dad's not mean about your behavior, right? But you know what he expects, right? Right? Yeah. And what happens when you guys don't always, because we're all this way, when you don't live up to what your dad expects? What do you think happens?
He probably gets mad.
But are there usually consequences of some sort? Yeah. Right. And do you think your dad is fair when he gives you consequences?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
All right, so Miss Ray here, what do you think is one skill or life lesson or value that I've taught you that you want to take to your family later on, if you have a family or if your mom, like, you want to pass on?
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
She barely got through that song.
Wow.
That was another one of my songs, too.
Beautiful. So how does the song go, Andy?
If you don't have anything good to say, then don't say it. Don't say it. You gotta get that. You gotta get that echo in there because
Don't say it.
yeah. Without the echo, it's just not the same.
I understand. That really adds a lot to the. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it. Reagan, do you feel like you really try? If you don't have anything good to say, like, do you try not to say it? Do you think that's something that's like important to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, why do you think it's important if you don't have anything good to say to not say it? Like, why is that important?
Because if you say something mean, it hurts the other person's feelings.
Yes, right. And hurting other people's feelings is, you don't like it when other people hurt your guys' feelings, right? No, exactly. So, something that I really appreciate about all of you is that you are sensitive and care about other people's feelings. I see that in all of you, and that's a really, really important thing, because being mean is not cool. It's just not cool, right? But being kind and caring, no matter how old you guys are, people will always appreciate you when you care for other people. That's like, even as adults, there's people in my life and there's people in your dad's life who we can identify and say, man, they care for other people really well. They care about other people, and we want to be around them, right? Don't know about you. Probably you feel this way. You want to be around people that care about other people, right? That's important for you guys. Yes? Yes. And people that don't care about other people are probably not people you want to hang out with, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So you guys are, something I want to tell you, each and every one of you, is that I know mom and dad have to say these things to you because they're your parents and they love you, and like they have to put up with you and they have to raise you and do all these sort of things. But I am not either your mom or dad, and so I don't have to say those things. But yet, I still want to tell you that I'm proud of all three of you. I like the people that you are becoming. I like you. I like you as kids. Even though you're not my own kids, I like you. Isn't that great? Isn't that good? Because I don't have to. Just to be clear, I could choose not to like you, but I really, really do like you guys. You're fun to be around, and you're such great friends to my kids too. So I'm really grateful for that. You guys are good friends, and that's like a really, really important thing. So thank you for being friends, guys. Thank you for loving your dad so well, for respecting him well, and for challenging him to be a better dad. Because I know every once in a while, you teach him stuff just like he teaches you. So
they do. In fact, I'm going to publicly on this show say this right before we wrap up here. Yep. But the other day, Micah, my lawnmower wouldn't start, and I was thinking it was the battery. I'm trying to jump it, and it's not working. And
I remember.
Do you see how excited he's getting? Oh, yes.
He is. So anyways, we're trying to get this jumped. It doesn't work, and I'm like getting super frustrated. And he's like, take that screwdriver and cross that terminal right there, and it'll start. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Like, it's not going to work. And so he's like, no, like, do it. And so I did it, and the lawnmower started. And so,
yep. Nicely done, Micah.
Well, then I realized the reason it wasn't starting is because I left the blades on. Like, when it's on, it won't start normally.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So my foot was kind of underneath that, and I almost got my foot cut. But that's besides the point. The mower started, and I had Micah to thank for it. And so I said to him, Micah, like, here's my mechanic card because you just did this and I couldn't do it. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Way to go, Micah. Nice job.
Thank you.
Well, guys, I'm again super glad that you could come in and spend some time with us today. And I know all of you have become probably the biggest fan club that we could possibly have for this show. They routinely, my kids and your kids both routinely sing. They know
the song.
They know all the theme song. They know the
words,
the whole thing. They have memorized it, right. And it's a great. We love the fact that our kids love the things that we love. That's a really fun
absolutely.
thing.
Well, we want to thank you guys for listening to this episode. We want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. Without you guys, we could not do this show. So if you want to help support us, go to dudesanddadspodcast.com/support, and that will get you to our Patreon page where you can, any small amount works. Just any little bit helps us out with the show, with our hosting costs and our lights and heat and things like that. So we appreciate that. We also want to say a big, huge thank you to Charlie, who made this awesome sign that's behind Joel right now. It's a Dudes and Dads podcast on this really cool acrylic thing.
We're gonna light this baby up. We're gonna hang. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna get flashy. You know, anytime that we have the opportunity to run electricity through something, I'm game. So
right. So anyways, this is nice, cool Dudes and Dads podcast plaque sign thing. And we really appreciate that, Charlie, because you were awesome and a friend of the podcast also. So we want to thank you guys for hanging out with us this week. It's been another great episode. And we thank you guys for just hanging out and sharing this on Facebook, sharing and calling on our voicemail line.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys have topic episodes, if you guys have feedback about this episode, we would love to hear it, because without you guys, we couldn't do this show. So
that's absolutely right. Just remember, Dudes and Dads podcast at gmail.com. Always a great way to get a hold of us. We're on the Instagram and Facebook. So get in touch. Guys, we love you. We're grateful for you. Until next time, grace and peace.